Hi, I'm Susan Featherly with Town Center Realty Group, and I'd like to welcome you to our May 2020 broadcast. Right now, we are currently in week 7 of the coronavirus quarantine, so we will be practicing social distancing in this month's broadcast. So instead of having my guests sit right next to me, we are all going to be in our own individual offices. So today, our first guest is Darin Chase, and we're going to be having a discussion on how the coronavirus is affecting the rental market. And then we're going to show 3 of our featured listings that were listed during the coronavirus. We have Cynde Bost, Linda Smith, and finishing it up with Peter Micalchuck. So please stay tuned. Our first guest today is Darin Chase. You remember him. He is our commercial broker. Hi, Darin.
Hi there, Susan. How are you?
I'm great. So we are social distancing, as you can see. Today, Darin is going to talk about how this has affected the rental market. You know, what effects COVID-19 has had on our rental market. So what's going on?
That's a really great question. How does it affect the rental market? And there's a few rental markets: industrial, commercial, and residential. And in terms of the commercial and industrial, for the city of Burbank anyway, if you're a non-national firm, then you don't have to pay rent as long as this California moratorium is in place.
Do we have to sign up for that? Just kind of an automatic?
It's automatic. As long as you can say, hey, I'm affected by COVID, and you're not a non-essential business, you can claim that hurt and not pay rent and not be evicted until 90 days after the stay-home order is lifted, provided you already haven't arranged some kind of payment program for current rent, right, and repaying some of the back rent. Now, the city of Los Angeles is even more so. Theirs is also like that, but there's a full year to repay. And this applies to all commercial, industrial, and residential tenants.
Wow.
And this is huge.
You know, I mean,
there aren't any reliefs. The only relief is for a landlord to call their bank and say, nobody is paying, and I need a time to pay. Right. Now, there's lots of stories where banks say, okay, we'll give you a little time, and day one when everything's okay, you owe it all back. Well,
you're not going to get your business back together in a day.
No, nobody is.
Right.
Anybody who gets hired to go back to work, who's a renter right now, say in an apartment building, they're not going to be back to full income potential for maybe 3 to 4 months after they start working again, because a restaurant, as soon as they open restaurants again, they're not going to say, okay, full-time employment, here you are.
Right, so, and all of a sudden, we're going to have enough money in that 1 month to create 2 months of back payments.
It's just not going to happen. I mean, this is the more you read into this, the scarier it is, because we need to open up and we need to get going. Have everybody glove up. Have everybody keep their little, disinfectant spray bottle.
Exactly.
Put a mask over your face. But if we don't open up, we'll get to a point where it will not be recoverable.
Exactly.
Because you'll tell banks, you can't take back this non-performing property. And, well, if the bank takes back a non-performing property, they still have a non-performing property. You're looking at, you remember the market in 2008 and 9, where we had all these short sales going on. And, I mean, we were really close to not great recession, but new depression.
Right, exactly.
And at some point, we are going to have to get back to work here, or I just don't see how it's going to be recoverable if we don't.
Now, the last I heard is that Burbank is supposed to open up May 15th. Have you heard anything else about that?
Well, Burbank may have theirs opening on May 15th, but starting tomorrow, May 9th, the governor is going to loosen restrictions in what they are calling essential businesses. So a retail store can open provided you have curb pickup.
Oh. I mean, we've been fortunate enough that real estate is somewhat an essential business. If we're in a transaction, it's essential. But even so, we're going to get to this point where we're not out actually pursuing new business at the, during these past 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. So we're going to have a pretty big slump.
This is just something that's just going to affect everybody across the board. And like I said, everybody's going to have to fall in line and play ball. Right. Because if one entity doesn't, it all falls. It's like dominoes. Everyone has to stand in line, be willing to take a hurt, or it all goes down. So if tenants aren't going to pay, and they have a valid reason not to if they're not working, owners can evict by law. If owners can't collect rent and they can't pay a mortgage, the lender's got to say, okay, we're going to forgive this.
Right. Everything has to, like you just said, it all has to kind of be on a level playing field and everyone's even. Otherwise, it just doesn't work out. Every piece has to fit together.
Yeah, and it's the longer this continues, the harder it's going to be. And this stay-home order was put in place to not overload or crash our healthcare systems, and that hasn't happened. They're laying people off in healthcare, in hospitals. The beds aren't full. The emergency hospitals built aren't being used. We really need to take a step back and say, okay, our models were perhaps a little overinflated.
Right.
Because all the numbers are less than what the models were.
Right.
So we need to make adjustments in how we're handling this now. And I read that the mayor of Los Angeles is going to say, well, we'll open some things up, but we want you to wear a mask. Well, there's this great CDC article out there that says a mask has a negligible effect.
Yeah, I actually
on this. So
who knows? We're in unprecedented times, and really, we don't really know anything.
The problem is it changes every day, Susan. It changes every day.
Yeah. So
and a universal or almost universal message would really be nice. Right. But what I see is a lot of mayors, a lot of governors are really competing for their moment.
Yeah.
Their moment right now. And whether it's a federal, a state, a county, or local, everybody wants to be able to, to be on camera and say what they're saying. And we're getting these terrible mixed messages, and it's not helping. No, it's actually creating a lot of confusion.
It is.
And I'm ready to get back to work.
All right, me too. Well, like I said, at least we're fortunate enough that we actually can do some work, and our office is laid out so that we all are kind of distancing ourselves anyhow. So for us, it works out okay, but we're ready to get out there.
I really think everybody is, prior to all these protests we've had the last 2 weeks, Newsom wasn't giving anybody indication of when he was going to go open things up. I mean, we heard things, in June. Yeah. And now all of a sudden, 5 days after all these protests, now he's saying he's going to start on Friday. We were already seeing it now, but people are defying these things more and more. So if they're going to defy, at least say, okay, gloves, hand sanitizer, wash your hands, mask.
Wear the mask, exactly.
And all, do all of it. But let us go back to work. We're at the point right now, Susan, where I believe we need to.
I feel it too. I do it for sure. All right. Well, thanks, Darin, for your time, and let's get back to work.
I will. I'm sorry I went on too long there.
That's okay. Thanks so much. Bye.
Hi, California. We just wanted to check in. We know things are tough right now, but we've seen your strength, even when the fight gets hard. So let's do what we do best, California. Let's do right by our neighbors, our communities, and those on the front lines. Let's make the rest of the world proud. And when our doors start to open again, everything that California has to offer will be waiting for us. Because what makes California are the people of California.
Okay, we're back. Our next guest is Cynde Bost, and Cynde is here to talk about some of the safety precautions that as realtors that we've needed to adapt to show property and list property during this coronavirus. So Cynde, what are some of the things that you've been doing?
Okay, well, Nice to see you, Susan.
Oh, thank
The first really important thing that we have now is a form. I'm going to show it to you here right now. It's a coronavirus property entry advisory.
you.
And it's right here. It's called Form PEAD.
Okay.
And so
When we're showing
we-
property, right?
what was that?
Well, you're using this when you're showing your properties, right?
Yes. So I send this to my clients when I'm showing a property, as well as my listings. The other agents have to get this too, so I send it to them to have their clients send to me also.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. And that just basically says that they're going to kind of take precautions when showing the property.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you having them wear masks and
Yes.
gloves or things like that?
Mm-hmm. So also I require all the agents that are bringing clients into my listings to make sure they only allow no more than 2 people in at a time.
Okay, that's good.
That everybody must wear a mask and gloves.
Okay. All right, good.
And I asked my sellers to vacate the house so there's no one in the house. And then before they come back in, they need to wash down the doorknobs and
Just
anything
like
that they think people may have touched.
Okay. All
Even
right.
though the people that are coming in have gloves, just to be an extra step careful, right?
All right. No, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Right now you have a new listing on Brighton in Burbank, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, I have a new listing at 2113 North Brighton. It's a little traditional Burbank house, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. It's on a almost 7,000 square foot lot. It's a very nice house. My sellers have had the house for over 35 years,
Wow.
and it's a nice little house. And it has upgrades, like they read the sewer line. The roof is in good condition. The plumbing's in good condition. It just needs maybe a little bit of upgrade, maybe some
Hello, Facebook.
granite countertops and wood floors, and that's it.
Oh, good, good. So the bones of the house, everything is good on it.
Right.
Oh, great. Well, let's take a look at it. Here's the
Okay.
Oh, that's great, Cindy. How do you go about showing this property?
Okay, so you can call me at 818-572-5273 or text, and I'll make arrangements to get you in. It's very easy. I could really show it even in 30 minutes notice.
Oh,
It's
that's
very easy to show.
good.
And also the price on that is $749.
$749. So it's $749. Just give you a call. You'll show it, and then they
Mhm.
fill out the coronavirus addendum.
Right.
Come in and see the property. Well, great, Cindy. Do you have anything else coming up?
I do. I have several, but I have one that's coming up in a couple of days. It's in Tarzana. It's a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,000 square foot home. I think it's going to be $599, and that will be ready by this weekend.
Oh, great. Well, we look forward to seeing it then. All right. As always, Cindy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Susan.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
next guest is Linda Smith, and Linda has a great new listing. Linda, tell us about it.
I have a listing out in Acton, California, which is high desert. Great house, little over 2 acres, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I have allergies from the cactus out there, but you'll have to forgive me. It's a great house. It has Saltillo tiles all through the house. The kitchen was remodeled with real wood. It's hickory. It's solid and large and well done. Has a 6-burner stove, has a microwave, built-in double convection ovens, just perfect for the kitchen. There is a center aisle in there, but it's a portable one. And if you want it, you have to ask for it. Otherwise, it's going. It fits the decoration of the house perfectly. The master bedroom is large. And the master bathroom, you go through swinging saloon type doors to get into the master bathroom. It's quite Western, quite cowboyish.
Right. Well, if you're going to live in that area.
Yeah. And and after a hard day of writing, you can slip into that bathroom and into the spa tub and relax all your muscles.
Nice.
Get done with that, you can go out to the attached patio that's covered and has fans and a built-in bar and television hookups, like an extended outdoor room, and just enjoy the scenery and the breeze that comes up in the afternoon.
Nice.
They have a large 4-stall shed row barn with a huge 18 by 24 foot tack room. They have a hay barn that's big enough to back your truck and trailers into and add probably about 3 to 4 tons of hay in there for storage.
Wow.
There's also pipe corrals with shelters. Everything is on automatic watering. There's paddocks off the back of the stalls. There's also open pens back there if you were into cattle or you did penning or calf roping, whatever. It's all set up for that. Everything is staying except the chute itself. The preferred chute is going. It has the ability for lights at night, but the lights are not staying. They're portable, but they're taking them to their new arena. Great property. It's set up so the big trucks and trailers can come in, around, and go back out without having to back around and into tight spaces.
That makes
It's a nice setup place for somebody that is a professional or is a mature horse person that doesn't want to be bothered with messing around. It's just a great place.
All right. Well, let's take a look at it.
Okay.
Wow, that is a great property, Linda. And that's up in Acton, right?
That is in Acton. It's just about a half a mile off the freeway. So you're really close, but you don't get the noise.
Oh, great. How do you go about showing it if someone's interested in seeing
It's
it?
shown by appointment only because there is a working trainer there and I don't want to disturb his horses and his business. So it's easy to show if they know we're coming.
Okay.
They're asking $665 for it.
Okay.
There's a little bit of flex, but it's a great value at that price.
Yeah.
Around it are selling for close to $1 million when they come in and they freshen them up with white post and rail fences.
Okay. What's your phone number, Linda?
I'm sorry?
What's your phone number?
My phone number is 818-472-0090.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in seeing it, just give Linda a call and she will more than happy to run up there and show it to you. Linda, while I've got you here, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Actually, I've been doing something called care calls to my database, and I have clients that are working from home because they have to, and they've decided now that they like to. So I have a couple of clients looking for new houses with room for an office. So if anybody is thinking about selling and has a house that could accommodate an office, give me a call, 81472-0090.
You know what, I think that's kind of going to be a new trend because I think a lot of people have really enjoyed spending time at home, you know, over these past 6 or 7 weeks, whatever it's been. I was actually talking to a few people that actually had that same idea. So again, one more time with your phone number.
818-472-0090.
Great. Thanks so much, Linda. All right. We'll
Thank
be
you.
back. And we are back with our final guest of the day. It's my partner, Peter Micalchuck. And Peter is going to talk to us about his own personal building that he has for lease right now. So, hi, Pete.
Hi, Susan.
All right. So, this particular building that Pete has, I don't know, for those of you who don't know Peter, he used to own a chain of restaurants called The Great Grill, and they were in the Burbank and Glendale area. And I myself had never had the privilege of eating one of Peter's hamburgers, but I do know they must be pretty spectacular because sometimes we'll be out door knocking in a neighborhood. Some guy will answer the door and he'll be like, I know you from somewhere. You're the guy from the Great Grill. And I'm like, my God, it was like 20 years ago, but they still remember you, Pete.
They never know my name. They just knew me by what I fed them.
That guy from the Great Grill. Yeah, and you probably know people by their orders.
The cook, yeah.
Yeah, like, hey,
Ray Weiss used to come in, and I would never know Ray Weiss's name, and he's an actor, and he would come in for him and his wife, and he would pick up 2 cheeseburgers, pickles and onions, mustard instead of dressing, no tomato. That's how I know Ray Weiss.
That's his name. All right, Pete, well, tell me about your building. What's going on?
Okay, I have a building for lease at 1909 West Burbank Boulevard.
And it was a Great Grill restaurant.
It was a Great Grill restaurant, still has semi-kitchen in it. It can be used for various uses, but again, that would be up to the person that would like to lease it. It's basically a self-standing building with 11 parking spaces, 1 full handicap space. The building itself has 1,300 square feet and 2 full handicap bathrooms. It has central heating and air conditioning throughout, and it's been completely painted and renovated from inside to out, all new gardening in the front, and lots of space and lots of ideas for it. The visibility from inside the building is incredible. There's lots of windows, glass, and it was a restaurant at one time, but the owners, me and my wife, are semi-retired, and we just can't seem to run a restaurant that much anymore. Our lease is for $3,500 a month. You can call me, Peter, at any time with any questions. My phone number, 818-726-7007. Again, Peter with Town Center, and back to Susan.
All right. Yeah, please call Peter, 818-726-7007. And it's a great building, and Peter has just gone through and totally cleaned it all up, and it looks great. So here, take a look at some pictures. Pete. All right.
Yes.
That's great. I love the paint colors that you chose, and I think I helped you out with those. So credit.
You did, and thank you. We got 2 colors down. When we put the 3rd color in, it tied it all together.
Yeah, I think so too. The use of that kind of brick red really makes it look great.
Exactly.
Pete, good luck, and let's hope you get that leased out soon.
Thank you very much, Susan.
Here's some of our other great listings. That's it for our broadcast today. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us, and I hope everyone stays safe, and hopefully we will all be back to work and everything will get as close to normal as possible. So thanks again, and we'll see you next month. Bye.